Welcome to the Conscious Radio Network. Become enlightened, have fun, and tell all your friends and family to share with everyone they know. You can watch us on YouTube and Rumble while following us on Facebook, or find us on X, Instagram, and TikTok. Our podcasts can be found on Libsyn, iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and more. Most of all, remember to go to our official website at ConsciousRadioNetwork.com for past episodes, future shows, and scheduling. We also want to welcome our international audience. Don't stop now. Enjoy the community. Subscribe or follow today.
This is the Conscious Radio Network.
Hello and welcome wherever you might be on this spaceship we call Earth. This is Conscious Radio Network's The Seance Podcast. If this is your first time, be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment, and also don't forget to follow us wherever you listen to your podcasts. Today, our guest is Dallas Cullis, known as the 16-hour coach and emotional baggage handler, living in Duncan on Vancouver Island, Canada. Dallas brings a unique perspective shaped by his personal journey through cancer, addiction, and loss. After experiencing what he calls year of life collapse, Dallas started over at 60 and now helps others break free from their limiting story minds. Let's welcome to the seance, Dallas Cullis. Welcome, brother. How you doing?
Very well. Thank you for having me today.
You are very welcome. So this has been a very interesting life journey for you. And let's take it back a little bit. Let's throw it on the table. What happened?
Well, I like to start at the end so we can start at the beginning.
There you go.
And the end is an agreement between you and I, maybe between you and I and the audience.
There you go.
The question is, what is our destination? What does every human being want? What is our purpose? And I think we all know it. Everyone. And it's the same for everyone.
Yeah.
And it has always been the same for everyone. When you take any parent and you pin them down and say, what do you want for your children? And after doctor, lawyer, astronaut, they get to the fundamental and they say, I just want them to be healthy and happy. And I believe that is what we are.
Yeah.
Not the who we are. The who we are is the story mind. I say to people, if we agree the destination is to be happy, then what's stopping you? What are you waiting for? Of course, we have a story. And our story is in the way. It's our mountain that we have to climb.
Yeah.
You are a story. You have a story. Your story and mine are our past, our history, everything we've been through, everything we've learned, been taught, been told, what has happened to us, what we've done to others. We are creatures of yesterday. We could not be here in the moment without yesterday.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't have language, we wouldn't have experience, wouldn't have emotion and feeling and drive and motivation. Everything is based on yesterday.
Yeah.
So what happens? Well, like everyone, every human being I've ever encountered, we go through traumatic events in early years, and they become foundational in our psyche. Some learned types would call it a psychic scar. This becomes baggage, emotional baggage that we carry with us in our life. And this baggage can build and become quite painful. We go through suffering. We get angry. I believe we all arrive at our first addiction because of our pain. And that addiction is blame. I blame my school. I blame my church. I blame Boy Scouts. I blame summer camp. I blamed everything and everyone for my pain. And you know people who go through life And they're blaming the government, and they're blaming the environment, and they're blaming their neighbor, they're blaming their partner, their children, anything. So we can do what? Defend ourselves from self-responsibility of owning our baggage.
Yeah.
It's the thing we don't want to face. And some people go to their graves without ever facing it.
Mm-hmm.
And some people, it builds a pressure in the body, because whatever we suppress in the mind will eventually be expressed in the body. And so people do things like fall into depression. And depression, I believe, is not an illness. It's actually a defensive mechanism. It's your nervous system saying, this is too much.
Oh, yeah.
You're putting too much pain into me. And so I'm going to automatically depress it and take away the feeling. And that's what depression really is. It's helping you. It's a safety valve. It's trying to relieve the pressure. And I had a small bout of it, but of course I didn't listen to it. And it went away. And I thought, see, that's no big deal. And then it returned. I woke up one morning, the greatest day of my life, with cancer. It was wonderful. In the next 12 months, I went through surgery, treatment. My wife and I separated after 25 years of marriage.
Wow.
I lost my house, my business, my family, in any respect you could look at it, during a pandemic. And in exactly 12 months, I wake up alone, suicidal, and still alcoholic. And I think I am completely broken. I only want to end life. I don't want to go forward. And then, as luck, fate, the stars, the universe would have it, two elements showed up. Two people at the door to try and open that door and say, look, there's something else here. And the first was a friend who just showed up and said, wait a minute, you think you're weak and broken. You just went through cancer, losing your wife, your house, your business, your family, everything in 1 year, and you're still alive. Are you kidding? If you can do that, what's going to kill you?
Yeah.
And that was sort of the first, oh, you mean I could see myself differently? My story told me that I am no good, that I'm a failure, and that I'm hurt, and I'm carrying this horrible pain. And so I started thinking about this, and only 3 weeks later, I'm preparing dinner one night, chopping vegetables. In the background, I've got a podcast on, and the man's talking about consciousness. And he says this one line, show me yesterday. That was it. I dropped that knife and I almost fell on the floor. Because for me, it instantly lit up in my head, I am yesterday. My life is my story of my yesterdays. Show me yesterday. Paul, I can't go to a cupboard and pull yesterday out and go, look, here's yesterday, Paul. What do you think?
Yeah.
Where is it? What is it? It's a belief. I believed in a story that almost killed me. How is this possible that we could be so attached and self-identified as a story, most of which I didn't write? It was written for me.
Yeah.
By parents, by friends, by school, by bosses, by the environment, by the world around me. I didn't create this story of me. And I now see that if I met you at a cocktail party, let's say, someone says, this is Paul, this is Dallas. Nice to meet you, Paul. Can you tell me something about yourself? Well, what is this self you're going to tell me about? It's a story about you that you believe is yourself.
Yeah.
The reality is you're not telling me about you. You're telling me about the story of you. And this is the break. This is the place. All pain, all suffering is in this story mind. This belief in a past that is full of pain and an imagined future that might give us more pain. Without realizing we don't live in those places. We only live right here. We can only be conscious in this moment. I can't experience the past unless I bring it here and remember it right now to tell my story. So it doesn't exist. I may have been traumatized. There may have been an event 50 years ago, but that was 50 years ago. What power can it have over me other than me giving it the power? It has no life. There is no meaning in life until we give life meaning. It is us that create life. We are the creators of life. You know, there's some, and it's been said 1,000 times. What did Jesus say to his disciples? He didn't say, you'll be the light of the world if you get a Lambo and a hot chick and a big house.
Right.
He said, you are the light of the world. Not you have to become something. You are that. Each of us is. God at the burning bush. What does he say to Moses? I am who I am. That's all. That is life. The life force. That's what we all are. So I'll say to people, go look into a newborn baby's face. There isn't a person on the planet that doesn't look in that face and see beauty, love, happiness. Because there's no story.
Yeah.
There's no name. There's no label. There's no identity. It's just life. And life is this beautiful, happy, lovely experience. My mother died about 3 months ago now.
Wow.
2 hours before she died, I looked down into her face, and what do I see? The same thing. I see that beauty and that love, and there's just nothing but happiness in my heart. I think we don't see the baby. I didn't see my mom. I saw my heart reflected in them.
Yeah.
Because that is the pure being, the essence of life. The story is a drama we fill the middle with. And we struggle in this story that we believe is reality. And as a collective, the world is our story. And all the story is the same. Go to Hollywood. What is every story? The humble beginnings, the struggle, overcoming, succeeding. What is life? We are all from humble beginnings. We're just babies of beauty and love. And what do we have to do? Go to school, learn, overcome, grind, work, use discipline, set goals, reach higher, succeed, achieve. It's this constant mountain we're here to climb. And what's on the other side? We're all trying to get to that happiness. That's why we can become emotional watching a movie and have tears in our eyes. Why is that possible? We're rational beings. We know it's just a movie.
The reflection.
It's possible because we are the movie. We are playing the same story. And this is what we get lost in. And so I believe now you don't heal. You cannot heal from that pain. You cannot heal from your story. You have to leave your story. Don't spend time in memory. Don't spend time in an imagined future that creates anxiety. If you don't spend time there, where are you? You have to be paying attention. And the reason I call myself a 16-hour coach is because I found this fundamentally very quickly in trying to rebuild my life. I said, how am I going to do this? And I realized if I have a 24-hour day and I sleep 8 hours, I'm awake for 16 hours. In that 16 hours is when I live each day. But do I ever live a different day? We only have one day. When I wake up tomorrow morning, it's today. And I have 16 hours. So I said to myself, in 16 hours, could I pay attention, be awake, be careful about what I did? Could I take 30 minutes and go for a walk for my physical health? Yeah, I think in 16 hours I could probably do that. Could I pay attention when I go to the fridge and reach for some good food, not junk food?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably do that. It's just one day. 16 hours? Yeah, I could probably eat a little better. Could I call a friend in 16 hours and say, I love you? Do you need anything? Can I help? Yeah, I could probably make a phone call in 16 hours. Could I put some real focused energy into my work that keeps a roof over my head, clothes on my back, and food in my belly? Yeah, I can do that. Could I be awake for 16 hours and do the best job I can do as a human being and just be loving and caring to myself and others? Yeah, you know what? For one day, I think I could do it. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, you get a do-over.
Mm.
What a gift. You get to do it again.
Yeah.
You get to even improve if you want and try and do
That's
a better
it. Yeah.
job.
Yeah. What could I do better tomorrow?
And you get this fabulous gift of the opportunity. How incredibly lucky we are.
Yeah.
To be happy right here, right now, doing the best we can. And not spend time in regrets from the past, worries from the past, pain from the past, worried about tomorrow and what's going to happen in 10 minutes, let alone tomorrow.
Mm.
People are constantly anxious, worried about what's next. Stay out of those places.
Yeah.
Don't go there and then. Stay here. Here is where life is. You and I are here talking right now. There is nothing else happening.
Mm-hmm.
There's no wolf at the door about to eat me. It's just us being here. That is life. Everything else is an imagined state that makes us worry or in pain, suffering, fear. That's all. I think the complexity is the simplicity.
Yeah.
Life is incredibly simple, so simple that we can't possibly wrap our heads around that it could be. Because our whole life has been taught to us this big world, all these pressures, all these responsibilities, all this work we have to, it's complex. Life is hard. So how could it possibly someone could be sitting there saying, I'm happy every day and life is easy? It's a simple process. No, don't be an idiot. That guy's crazy. In fact, if I stood up in a room in front of 100 people and I said, ladies and gentlemen, I've had a traumatic childhood. I've been diagnosed with several disorders. Every day is a struggle for me, but I work really hard. I try to get better every day. And I'm doing everything I can to deal with this and be able to live as normal a life as possible. And I wanted to tell you all because I want to encourage other people who are suffering to do better. And the audience is going, wow, what courage, what a hero. Good for you. You're so strong. You're so brave. Now, I stand up in front of an audience of 100 people and I say, I have not a worry in my life. I have no concerns. I have no fears or insecurities. Every day I am happy with living. I'm grateful and just so pleased to be alive. And that audience goes, he's a bit of a weirdo. There's something wrong with him.
Right. What's he drinking?
So think about this world we live in, where being sick is reality.
Mm.
And being well is strange. You almost don't fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's just so optimistic. He's full of garbage. Nobody's really like that. Real life is different. Yes, real life in a story that we think is so hard and complicated is different. It makes you sick.
Yeah.
We are placebo people.
Oh, yeah.
We believe, and it comes true for us. You know, because I went through cancer, for a long time I was on different websites, support groups, and things online, which I really think encourage illness, don't encourage health.
Mm.
But you'll often see things like, a new berry from a bush found in Africa cures cancer. And people are online trying to research this berry, and it's a miracle. That's a placebo effect of we want miracles. We want the magic that will save us because of the lack of responsibility. That's a part of this whole game of externalizing everything in our life, that something out there is going to save me.
Mm.
Something out there is going to fix everything. If I just work hard enough, if I just set the goals and stick to it enough. 100 years of personal development industry, $250 billion, almost 500,000 books written. Tony Robbins has been saying this for 50 years. And it's all great words. It's all wonderful support. But it doesn't work. It hasn't done anything in 100 years. 50 years ago, Stanford University released a study saying 95% of people who set goals, who wrote them down, have a plan. 95% don't reach them. This was 50 years ago.
Wow.
Well, guess what? Today, the stat is identical. People don't reach their goals for a reason. We're trying to apply personal development on top of a story that we already believe.
Yeah.
And so the story is this voice, my deceiver ego, the devil, saying to me, yeah, it's a great goal. I like it. Good for you. But you're not going to do it. You can put that off till tomorrow. Yeah, go sit down. Enjoy some Doritos and maybe a can of Coca-Cola. You can do that later. And that's the reality. We tried to take this and put it on top of a story without changing it. This is the foundation of the house. And we're constantly trying to put different walls up and repaint them and put in new windows. And we think we're going to fix and change our life. But we're starting with the same foundation. We're in this story that we believe is us. And that's the limitation. So that's why there's no healing in the story. You have to leave the story. 100 years of psychology, psychiatry, therapy, talk therapy, and now psychoactive drug use. 100 years of it. And today we have more people suffering from ill mental health, more people on psychoactive drugs, more people in therapy than ever before in history. What have we done? Nothing. All of that entire industry that knows the brain, apparently, neurologists, experts of every kind, and they offer us coping mechanisms, nothing else. No healing. You can cope with this drug and you'll survive your depression better. It'll make you feel better. You can cope with these mechanisms of skills and breathing exercises and go for a walk and learn to calm yourself. Do some meditation. These are all coping skills.
Yeah.
They've got nothing to do with healing. There's no awakening in that. That just keeps you in a level state. It's taking a drug. It's an addiction, like alcohol or pornography or anything. And I use as an example, I had a drinking buddy when I was near the bottom, and he went all the way to the street, to the gutter, to crack, and a real mess.
Wow.
And he'd been diagnosed with several disorders, and he was near the end of his life. 6 months ago, I'm in a coffee shop, and I see him. And he looks as normal as normal. And I'm sort of floored. I thought he was dead, maybe. Hadn't seen him in a few years. And so I'm right here. Come over. And he sits down, and we start talking. I go, what happened? Tell me your story. And he's the same with me, Tell me your story. We're both here. We're both alive, and we seem normal. Quote, unquote, normal. And so he said, a guy came by talking religion from some church. And it started to make sense to me. And he told me, I'll find love. And I'll be accepted and loved. And it's going to be okay. You can be saved. You don't have to live this way. And for some reason, I started to believe it. And so I went. And I went to the church. And after I talked to him, I realized, you see, God doesn't save anyone. Your belief in the story saves yourself. The story is a good story. We believe good things. Love your neighbor. Love each other. Be kind. Be generous. All great things in a great story. And if you believe them, you will live a better life. The story he had was he's no good. He's broken. He's a bad human being. And he lived in pain and went down to the bottom. A story comes along that says, no, you're not bad. You're a beautiful human being. He believes that story and he's lifted up. He is saved. This is the beauty that religion does offer.
Yeah.
Of course, there's lots of things wrong as well. Of course, there's lots of history to say, oh, it's terrible. Look what it's done to the world. Wars and blah, blah, blah. You know, all the...
Yeah.
Anybody can throw up dirt into anything. But the reality, the fundamental reality, if you believe a good story for yourself, you will live a better life. We are placebos. We are all the same in that beauty and love and happiness. All the problem is the story is clouds and storms and thunder and lightning, and we stare at it all day, so we feel crappy.
Mm-hmm.
But right behind those clouds, we all know rationally, is a blue sky and sunshine. The sun doesn't go away. The blue sky doesn't go away. It's just covered. We are each the blue sky. We're just covered by this story that's in the way. And we're believing it. And we don't have to believe it. I say, win the Oscar for best editing of a major motion picture. How do you win the Oscar? You are the motion picture. You are the lead actor in it. You are reading your script from your story. Why not edit your story? Why not disbelieve this crap you believe in that limits you and holds you back?
Yeah.
There's no rule. There's no law that you can't do this. It's only a belief. You believed things 10 years ago that you don't believe today, right?
Yep.
And you will probably believe things in 10 years that you don't believe today. So what is the real truth of a belief? It's just what we believe right now. We have a world that we can convince people, you are bad, I am good, you are wrong, I am right, you are a threat, I need to get a gun and go to war and kill. We believe that because it's a story we believe. It has no reality. We've given it the meaning that some people are wrong. And some people are right. Some are good. Some are bad. There's no such thing. But if we believe wholly and completely, that's who we become. That's who we express ourselves as. And people say, so you're saying fake it till you make it. I said, you're faking it every day.
Yeah.
You put on a mask when you go to school and you behave a certain way. You put on a mask when you go to work and you behave a certain way. You put on another one with your wife or with your kids or when you go to church on Sunday. That's the reality. That's what we do. We play parts because we are a story. That's what human beings do. They have to. They have to fit in. We are constantly trying to adjust ourselves so that we feel more comfortable and secure with others, fitting in. So this is my whole thing, is to spread a message that, you really are a story. And you don't have to have a story. You don't need one because you're this beautiful, loving person. You can spend your 16 hours practicing that, not practicing some imaginary story to please someone else, to get likes, to achieve something, to get somewhere. Where is there to go? You're already here. What is there to achieve? You're already the winner.
Yeah.
You're a beautiful, loving human being. You won. There's no more to win.
Got that right.
You want it all. You were born into this world of consciousness and beauty and love. Look around. Go look at a flower for 10 minutes and stare at it. And tell me you can't see this beauty. That beauty is you. That beauty is a tree. That beauty is everything. I go to an apple tree and I eat an apple. What happens to the apple? It becomes me.
Yeah, becomes part of you.
It becomes part of me. If I was to die and you buried me at the foot of the apple tree, what becomes of me? I become an apple. You think we are not completely connected to all life?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the apple may not be conscious in itself, but it is a part of consciousness.
Yeah.
And we all are. We are all the same story. I say now we're 8 billion chefs on this planet, all cooking or trying to cook from the same recipe. But each of our dishes comes out a little different. But we're all the same.
Yeah.
We all just want to love and care and be loved and cared for. We all just want to be happy and find peace of mind and an open heart. Everyone is the same.
Mm-hmm.
So live it.
Yeah.
Don't wait anymore. Go there. Be it. Do it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. The world is a reflection of ourselves. Enjoy it. Take those opportunities. Make those choices. Quit thinking and overthinking things. Don't imprison yourself in overthoughts.
Just one day.
Yeah. You got 16 hours.
Just one day. You don't have to do it for the next 10 years. You just want to do it for one day. And tomorrow, do over.
Yeah. And see what you can learn. See what you can learn in 16 hours. You never know what you never know what's going to happen at the end of the next day.
You'd be like, say 70% of our day is spent in that sleepwalking state.
Yeah, autopilot.
Habit and routine and just behavior that we're not really thinking about. We just do.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, have you ever driven your car home at the end of a day and you're tired? You walk into the kitchen, you slap your keys down on the counter, and the sound of the keys suddenly wakes you up, and you go, I don't even remember driving home.
Yep.
That's the incredible ability of this subconscious life that we can live.
Mm-hmm.
We're not awake. We're not truly awake and conscious in the moment.
Yeah. And you ask people what they did yesterday or had for breakfast or dinner, simple things. And they actually have to take a moment going, wow, I don't remember.
Yeah. And that leads to the point of people will say, you can't just not remember a trauma and make it go away. And I say, really?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about your memory. Because 75% of your life, you can't remember right now. Tell me about what you had for breakfast on Tuesday, September 13th, 2012. Right? Well, it was an event. It really happened. Why can't you remember it? It's quite simple. I didn't make it important. I didn't give it meaning. I didn't replay it over and over for the next year.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't embedded into the film of the movie because it's not needed. And our brains don't need to remember shit.
Yep.
We have a toolbox brain, and that remembers teaching and experience and skills and language and physical movement and all the things we need, coordination, everything that makes our life working in the physical life. That's a toolbox brain. That's what we get through school with.
Mm-hmm.
But the story mind is completely outside of this. It's not your brain. It wasn't meant for memory. And it's only because of these moments that we go, oh my God, that hurt me. I need to remember this. Oh my God, this terrible thing happened to me. And we create this huge memory. And so we remember these things, but we can create our memory.
Mm-hmm.
And every time we remember something, it can only happen now.
Yeah.
You can't go there and get it exact. So we tend to tell Uncle Bill's fish story. And we take the memory and we exaggerate it, we inflate it, we fill it in, we add a little color. It's natural. This is what the human brain does because it has to reimagine the memory. And we're not good at that.
No.
Not good at all. So there's an old saying in cultures, and it's, people who fail to remember their past are condemned to relive it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I use it personally this way. Those who remember their past are condemned to live in it. See, we live in our story that we remember.
Yeah.
And so we're condemned to stay in the story. So leave the story.
Mm-hmm.
Create a better story. Find a new story. Doesn't matter. We are imaginary. We make this stuff up.
Yep. Yep.
Why do I feel
reality.
good in the morning? Just because my emotional regulation slept well and I feel good and I wake up and I'm in a good mood. How come I wake up and go, oh, I can't wait. We're going to the park today and visiting friends and having a picnic. Oh, it's raining. Oh, my day is ruined. Come on.
Right.
Really? We're that fragile that we can create a mood like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And we're so strong, we can go through cancer and losing our marriage and our house and everything and be fine in the end.
Yep.
So don't tell me you're not strong enough. Every human being is unbelievably strong, incredibly resilient. But we're actually brewing a culture that's weaker and weaker all the time.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah.
And part of that is this massive labeling of this is wrong with you. This is a disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And I see people online on a badge of honor. Well, the reason I'm like this is because I've been diagnosed with. And I think, you know what? We're dissecting every person and saying, oh, there's something wrong here, here, here. And we're giving it out to people like, oh, yeah, this is what's wrong with you. And it makes them weaker.
Yeah.
It makes them more easily hurt. Harder to get off their knees when they fall down. Because they don't practice. We're not letting our kids fall down. Put on a high visibility vest.
Yeah.
Make the playground a rubber floor. We don't want anyone to get hurt. You know what? Life has a rumble tumble to it that's good for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Resistance creates strength. Overcoming. That's part of life.
Yeah. We're in this culture of coddling and nursing and protecting. Like an egg, it's like we have to. I mean, I grew up like I grew up being battered, beat up, bruised.
Yeah,
and it's like that's what makes us who we are. It makes us stronger. But I don't know. I what do you think about the future? You think You think we got some promise as a collective?
I think the future is the past.
Mm.
I don't think we do anything different.
Yeah.
Go back 10 generations and they were sitting around going, oh my God, this world is changing so fast. Oh my God, it looks like it's the end of things. Jesus, you see what the king's been doing? Oh my God, our lives are going to be ruined. We've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
I believe we are born into fear and insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
Think about, Paula, you're lying in a pool of beautiful warm water and fluid and you're fed every day and it's dark and it's quiet and it's so comfortable. And all of a sudden 9 months is at the end of, and all of a sudden this big light starts shining at you. And all of a sudden somebody grabs you by the legs and pulls you out. And what the hell is this?
Right.
If that isn't the original trauma of every human being, I don't know what would be.
Yeah.
And that's why I think we have a basis of fear and insecurity.
Mm.
And I can now today say 10 beautiful things about you and give you one criticism. And tonight you'll be, God, I can't believe they said that about me. Blah, 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 and angry. Well, what about the 10 good things I said? Oh, forget them. They don't mean anything. That's this fear and insecurity that we cling to as a species.
Yeah.
Yes, at one time it was a defensive mechanism. It kept us safe. But we don't have tigers lying around the corner anymore. We don't have big snakes under the bed. This is now just a regulation that we can't get out of.
Yeah.
And we're spinning the same yarn. The world's coming to an end. Oh my God, do you see this guy they just elected in the United States? He's going to ruin the world. Oh, come on. Nothing's changing.
It's just a news story.
The story goes on. It's not. I don't even think it's a new one.
No.
It's a Netflix series, and the individual show is a little different each time.
Mm-hmm.
But the story's pretty much the same. Oh, bad things are going to happen. Oh, it's going to be okay. Oh, bad things are going to happen. It's just back and forth.
Yeah.
And this is our lives. This is our lives in this story. This is all the pain and suffering we have. You know, are there moments? Of course. Does the economy have some results? Yes, of course it does. But it comes back. It always goes around. You know, we're going to be here. We're going to wake up in the morning and go, oh yeah, I'm still alive. What's really changed? You and I are sitting here right now. Is the economy banging down our door? You know, is war on our doorstep? No. And we listen to this stuff and we make it a big story in our minds and we get involved in a storm.
God.
It's like we're watching a movie and we're just on the edge of our seat, tense. For what? For what?
Man.
We're fine. We're going to be fine.
Oh, yeah. We'll be fine.
And the more we can get out of our stories, the more we can just be the loving, beautiful human beings with each other. It could change overnight. Mm-hmm. It's not going to, but it could.
Yeah.
You know, I say it didn't change for me overnight. You know, I got Show Me yesterday, and then for 6 months, it rolled in my mind until one day, it suddenly the lights went on, and I went, I get it. I get it. Yeah. Yesterday is not reality. So why would I base my life on it? It was that simple. But it took a while. It takes time.
Yeah, there's a due process for everything. Yeah.
But, you know, if you're 50 years old, you've been practicing for 50 years to be the guy in your story.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you going to change that overnight? You're not.
No.
It's going to take work. So I had to do deliberate things. 16 hours was my deliberate thing. Sticky notes all over my house to keep me awake. I've still got one. You can see it right here on that TV.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
That sticky note says, get off your ass. It's the TV looking at me saying, I see you sitting there. Get up. You shouldn't be sitting there. It was that kind of stuff I did all over the house. I put one on my fridge. It said, what's going into your mouth? So that when I got there, I'd wake up and go, oh, yeah, what am I going to eat? So I was awake. You see, that 75% of the day that we're in habit and routine, we're subconscious. Yeah. We're not fully conscious. If you can keep yourself in attention, in intention for 16 hours, man, your life changes dramatically.
Yeah. We dramatically. Do so much.
Stop sleeping. This is life.
Mm-hmm.
Not yesterday, not tomorrow. This is it right now. It's the only one you get that we know of. So, you know, 16 hours. You can do it. Anybody can.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Before we wrap up the show, where can people find you?
Well, you know, in this day and age, if you have my name right there on the screen, you can find me.
Yeah, right there.
Add at gmail.com. That's it. My book's here behind me. The latest one there is The Gift is the Present. And that's about the gift is today.
Yeah.
The gift is the present. And being present in the gift.
Wow. This very few shows do. I mean, normally I ask a lot of questions, but I tell you what, every question I was going to ask, you answered them. I didn't even have to ask them. So very rarely, and people usually, sometimes I'll get critics and stuff like that. They'll watch the show and be like, "Man, I thought you were the host."
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, sometimes I have those shows. Just sit back and listen.
Absolutely.
You know,
I say I'm not an influencer. I'm a resonator.
Mm-hmm.
And when we resonate, we help.
Yeah.
Influence doesn't work. I can't teach you.
Mm.
I can't influence you to do anything. You have to accept things. You have to create the meaning. You have to create the belief. And then there's an action for you.
Yeah.
So I'm a resonator. When we resonate, you didn't have to ask a question because I was with you.
Exactly.
We
Yeah.
were together on the same, frequency or whatever you want to call it.
Same frequency, vibration. Yep.
That's the resonation. You see, we resonate.
Heck yeah. That's
And
what
you
this
have
show's about.
guests where you absolutely don't resonate. And so you're asking a lot of questions because you're trying to get it on a path that works.
You're right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So before we wrap up, awesome. Before we wrap up, before we go, what do you have to offer as a takeaway for our audience today? Words of wisdom, and the whole show is loaded with it. But one last takeaway.
Maybe an action. Do you think any of your listeners own one of these?
Yeah, I'm sure every single one of them.
I often get clients when I start working with them and we talk about their story. I say, every day for 30 days, start your morning by turning your phone on, put it on video, and record yourself telling your story to a friend.
Yeah.
A friend asks you, tell me about yourself. Tell your story. And then every evening, watch your video as if you were the friend watching the story. You do that for 30 days, your life will change. Because what happens is you start seeing that your memory isn't the same. The story starts showing cracks and holes. Your brain starts going, hey, buddy, are you sure that's correct? It'll start making you what if yourself.
Yeah.
So observe, we have to observe ourselves to really take a look. We're great at seeing our friends and seeing what's wrong or what they're going through or struggling with and to be supportive for them. This may help you turn around and be the friend for yourself.
Yep. We're good at seeing flaws in other people except for us.
Oh, boy, are we. There's a reason.
Yeah.
Because those are our flaws usually.
Exactly. A reflection of ourselves.
Yeah. We are all one together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Got that right.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it.
Brother, blessings, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
Blessings. You are very welcome. Very, very welcome. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Conscious Radio Network's The Seance Podcast. And until next time, we'll see you next time.
He's good. That's how you do a podcast.